Hello everyone, welcome to Learn DAX channel. My name is Siddesh and in this video we are going to discuss two functions in DAX which are add columns and the select columns. So here I have a product table and a sales table, and the target that I want to achieve using the add columns function, or the reason why I'm going to use the add columns function, is I want a table which includes all the data from the sales table as well as the from the product table. And here the add columns functions comes into picture. And if I quickly take a look at the documentation, it does tell me that the add columns function returns a table with all its original columns and the added ones, which means that if I have an underlying sales table having 4 columns and I use the add columns function over it, it's going to return me the 4 columns from the sales table as well as the additional columns that I'm going to define. And if I quickly take a look at the syntax, I have to mention the underlying base table, the name for the columns, and the expression. So let's see this in action. So I have this sales table and the product table. I'll leave the link of the dataset in the description so you can practice along or after watching this video. And I'll create a new table. I will call it the sales plus product. And that will be add columns, sales. And the first column that I will be adding into this sales table is going to be product name, which is going to be related product name. And likewise, I add product category, related product category. And the last column will be product price, which is related product price. And so if I quickly create this table, I should have the 4 columns from the sales table, which are the sale ID, product ID, quantity, sale date, plus product name, category, and the price. So I can either drag all of these columns onto this canvas, or I can simply go to the model view and I can verify. So I have the sale ID, I have the product ID, I have the quantity, I have the sale date, and the 3 additional columns that I just created, which are the product name, the product category, and the product price. So this is our product plus sales table, or rather sales plus product table, using the add columns function. Now what do if I have to if I what is the difference between then add columns and select columns? And we'll not even change anything in this particular query that we are writing. What we're going to do is we are going to simply replace this function with select columns function. We're going to see the result. So I'll just copy this contents and I'll create a new table and I'll call it select columns rather than add columns, and we'll see the difference. So what we're going to get is we have the underlying sales table, but we are not going to get any columns from the underlying sales table. All we're going to get is the additional 3 columns. So the moment I hit enter, okay, I'll have to just rename it. So I'll just write SELCOL for select column. And now once I take a look at it in the table view, all I can see are the 3 columns, which are the product name, the product category, and the product price. So that's the difference between add columns and select columns. While add columns gives you the underlying columns of the base table, whereas the select columns only considers the base table and gives me only the additional columns that I'm going to define in the function. And this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned something about add columns and select columns function. If you did, please share it with your friends. If you want to give any feedback, please leave it in your comments and I'll be very happy to answer your queries. And yeah, thanks for watching and happy learning.